Hey guys, today we're back with a live or a second live stream or another one, whatever you want to say. And I don't have a Gundam, but I have the Bionicle character or villain, a Kreka, and I want to talk about that first. It makes me super annoying. It's not. It's super annoying because they have Kreka, which is this guy. This guy, he's the 2004 Titan set, I think. Yes, 2004 Titan. No, 2003 Titan set, I want to say. No, 2004 Titan set with Nadiki and Taraga Duma or Doom or whatever you want to say. Um, and then you have the combined form of all of the Toa or the shapeshifter in the fourth book or the sixth book or something. The Kreka, the shape shifting thing they find in the Earth guys tunnels or whatever, and then there's Krika, the Makuta guy, but whatever. This guy is Kreka, and we're gonna be building him today. Got all of his parts laid out so I don't fumble around missing any. So that's what we're gonna build today. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Uh, just talk, build Kreka, and let's get into it. Don't need that, obviously. So we're going to start off with his torso. So, obviously, we're going to start off with our waist piece, and then these extended pins. And it has been quite a little while since I have built a Lego set. Well, not a little while, but like legit built one. I did get my brother the Lego Optimus Prime for his birthday, and I did build that because I bought it off of eBay, and I wanted to make sure that I got all of the parts for it. So I did end up building that to make sure all of the parts were there. So I did do that, but other than that, I have built zero Legos in a very, very, very long time. So it's been quite a little while since I have even touched or thought about a Lego set for a long time, especially a Bionicle Lego set or a Hero Factory Lego set. Uh, just been, most of the ones that I bought, even this Kreka, I bought him a couple months ago, about the beginning of the year, kind of, and I ended up getting him built. As you can see, that sticker was in the booklet. I ended up getting him at just some random toy shop that I was at. My brother bought a Lego set. Can't quite remember what it was. It was like early-ish Lego Star Wars. So that's how I came to acquiring this, and I really didn't touch him and really do too much with him because I didn't want to break him. Because as I was taking this apart, I did find some broken parts on this guy, but this will probably be the only time I take him apart and build him. Just because I don't want to further break any of these pieces. Because if you know anything about Bionicle, I think the Matas in the first three waves, first 4 years, they were pretty good. Nothing really broke on them, and even like the later ones, but once you get to like 2006 where they redesigned the socket joints and everything, um it really started hurting the they really started breaking, and then introducing like the lime green pieces really did not help it anymore. It was just even worse. um but yeah, this guy, at least what I have found, these early waves or these early years, they're still pretty okay. Like, they really don't break too easy. Obviously, if you're not careful, they do break, but I have personally not had one break on me, um, or socket break, but I have messed around with my Glatorian. I have a Glatorian Matanui, and then I have all of the Maris that I had. No, I didn't have to build them, but I've messed around mainly with that. I built that Matanui a couple months ago. I think it, yeah, a couple months ago, and that or maybe I just reviewed him. Maybe I didn't. I can't quite remember at this point in time. It's just been a little while, but I definitely even if I didn't do it, there were definitely pieces that were broken, like socket joints that were broken on that set, just because the socket joints just really went downhill, and then they transitioned into the Hero Factory joints and everything of that whole era, because they're using a lot of the same joints, and then they went to the CCBS system for Hero Factory in the second wave for the Ordeal of Fire sets. And if you want to mock, I think all these Technic pieces, the Bionicle pieces, the Slicers, and the Bionicle pieces are definitely the best, in my personal opinion. They're definitely the best, in my personal opinion. But if you want solidity, like toy wise, the CCBS pieces are definitely way better. One of these pieces, these white pieces, it has a crack on it. I don't know if it's this one or that one or the other one over there, but it has a crack, and like this piece, you can see the stress mark in there. So that's what I would say. If you want to build action figures, or more, if you're going to actually play with them, CCBS is infinitely a better system. But this more Technic Bionicle side of stuff is much better, in my personal opinion, if you are mocking and building very big and elaborate mocks. But that's really it, because these pieces, they're very brittle, and they don't break. They break. I wouldn't say maybe not easily, because you can, like, I've always done the technique. You'll probably see me do it here when we get to the socket joints and stuff. Is that you hold the socket and then you push it on to the ball, and that has always been. I can't remember where I learned that technique. Some guy who's building the big Titan Motunui, Glatorian Motunui, and that's where I picked it up, and I've always used it if I've ever messed with any of these Bionicle sets, and I've always just had it as like a habit for even the CCBS pieces. Obviously, you don't need it, because the CCBS pieces are probably some of the best quality plastic on the planet, I would say, just in general. But it's just a natural habit to me now to just this way, for me to just do it, to do that, just to hold the sockets, even though I don't need to, but I still do. This is not the right axle. So yeah, that's really all to say too much towards Bionicle and stuff, but just because there isn't really too terribly much to talk about it. Like, I'm not saying, oh, it's easy to not talk about stuff from like Bionicle stuff, but more just that I'm still into it. I love Bionicle, just I haven't really bought too much, and I've already basically just went over. Did I do something wrong? I think I did. Yes, I did. Just need this guy and this. And I think this might be the broken one. Yeah, this is the broken one. You can see that it's broken right there. And I'll just flip it upside down, and I'll do that. And then this goes like that. And this goes like that. And then this rubber band goes over these. Goes over like that. This goes like that. Then one of these Mata hands goes right there, it looks like. No, need the crank piece. Looks like, I don't know where that step is. Oh, right there. This, don't know where that is. There. So a crank piece, it's like this, I think. No, well, yeah. But I just put the rubber band on wrong. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do a live stream is I wanted to talk about some of the, I'm super late to it obviously, but I wanted to talk about some of the SDCC stuff, the like the Megatron, the 86 Megatron, the 86 Prime, and everything with that. I've wanted to talk about that, and there is most of the torso right there, and we'll just put that off the side. I wanted to talk about that, but I've had really no real reason to talk about it, and I don't really, I don't know, make videos just talking about like news, because I think that's not dumb, but I don't know. I don't know. But I watched this guy. He was talking about why they're not making Megatron a gun, and he was saying that like they're just being cheap. They want to reuse the siege mold. They want to reuse the siege mold. This was a couple weeks ago that I saw this, maybe about a month ago that I saw this video. And me personally, I don't care if Megatron's a gun. I think it would be awesome to see Megatron come back as a gun or something like that. Like the fan modes of the concept Megatron from Bumblebee. That doing something like that, I think would work. But and I just left this piece in there. I didn't feel like pushing that out. I think that would work. Like if you really, really needed Megatron to be a gun, really, 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 really needed Megatron to be a gun. I definitely think that could be a way to do it. Is just to like sort of like fan mode it in, like do something like that to get around the like laws and everything of him being a gun. Like I sort of thought about how you could maybe not like remold it, but do just a couple of things to just sort of fix it, like do a couple of things to it. And I don't know. I think it's just kind of divisive, is that I don't care if Megatron's really particularly a gun, but more just the fact that I want to see if he's going to be a leader or even a commander like Prime is, I want to see something neat and interesting be done with him as a tank, not particularly just upgrading and redoing the siege mold. And the siege mold is good. I have the Netflix version, but I just think for how much they've used it, I think they should at least try to do something new, whether they have to heavily retool it or do something with it, because no matter what, you can't really do too much with Megatron. Like there's not too many like repaint options to do with him. Like there's not a huge amount of ways to repaint him. But I just think that's what I personally would like to see come. Am I doing something wrong? Yeah, I am. No? Yeah, I was. I was most certainly doing something wrong. That's more what I'm getting at with just wanting to see a new mold, or particularly wanting to see him maybe a gun. Like if I think it'd be very interesting if they could do something like make him turn into a tank and a jet, and then make some sort of like fan moded gun mode, so they could don't market it as it being a gun and more as a sort of collector thing. sort of like that. Make it like a hidden collector mode, and maybe post it on, like a restricted or not shown, or an unlisted video or something, or post it on a, age restrict a YouTube video, like YouTube tutorial video. Obviously, there's probably a million other ways how that also wouldn't work. Um, but just thinking of different ideas to um, sort of still be able to make him a gun, because I think, especially since it's 86, the 86 line, and wanting to like sort of like push the boundaries, like Prime being, as much as I didn't want, I thought it was not lazy, but kind of redundant that Prime was gonna get an 86 toy. Is that I was kind of like, we already just got a good Prime or a good Optimus, so why do we need another one? And then I saw pictures of the 86 one, and I instantly regret it, or I didn't regret saying it, but I instantly sort of like retracted my statement about that, about it, about them making another Prime. So there is his torso with his disc launcher at the top, and it's all bent up because it's soft plastic. But I don't know. That's just sort of what I thought in my head about all of this, is that I just want to see something different and more interesting than just another tank. And if it's another tank, I want to see something very creative come from it, not just something similar. You know, I something similar something similar to the Siege mold. I want to see something brand new, interesting, because I didn't pre-order or get 86 Prime. I would like to, but right now I think I'll wait, and if I have to buy it later on down the line, I will. Just it wasn't something that I needed, like 86 Ultra Magnus. 86 Ultra Magnus, I knew when I saw the pre-orders go up. I remember hearing that the pre-orders were in October, and I just remember hearing that, whether it was real or not. I just knew pre-orders are then, and that's when I'm going to pre-order it, because I love Ultra Magnus, and I do like Optimus Prime. I'm not taking away from me not liking Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is obviously amazing, but he was just a toy that I didn't need to have immediately, like 86 Ultra Magnus. And yeah, he'll probably sell out, and they won't do another run of him, and I'll just get like completely like torched by this, and have to pay like $100 million for a new one, or one on eBay in like a year or something. I'll have to do something like that, but I I don't really mind. I just had to do that with a bunch of stuff, like just not buying it then. So now I'm like torched, and I have to buy it. I just left all this together when I took them apart, and I have to buy it for $1 million more now, which I've just sort of gotten used to it. There's his head, just dumb, like Krakow. He's such a dumb toy. Him and Nadiki, I will do one over Nadiki. Because these toys, they are so dumb. I love the look of them. This is the technique I use. I squeeze the socket, and then I put it in so it supports the edges of the socket. And obviously the socket has to stretch to accommodate the size of the ball, but I cannot remember for the life of me where in the world I picked that up. Like I said, some guy making the Matanui, because that toy would have just like completely like fallen apart, or it would have broken a bunch of sockets if he didn't if he hadn't done a technique like that. But that's where I picked that up. I just repeated myself, but yeah, that's just what I want to talk. Like, I just wanted to sort of think about, like, the 86 um Megatron 86 Devastator. I think would be awesome. I if I've been wanting not 86, but the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus Devastator for my Omega Supreme, because I really want those. I really want ones so they can scale together, or I can have two together. But there's not one for really a price I like, and I really haven't looked in a little while because just I don't need one. I don't have the space for one in general. Um, and I think this is cracked too somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe it's just weak, um, but I guarantee they're probably gonna go with the Menasor scale and not the Titan scale, which I think is a little not disappointing. It makes more sense for them to scale closer to um Menasor than a Titan like Omega Supreme. Even like so the toys can be like deluxe scale, not Voyager or Leader scale like they did in Combiner Wars. But I that's the only reason why I would like to have one, is just so it could scale nicely with um my Omega Supreme. That's purely the only reason why I really want Combiner Wars one, even though the individual toys are not the greatest. And if I do, I might spend a little bit more time and money to get the uh Unite Warriors, the Unite Warriors version, because I'm pretty sure they did remolding to that. I think Takara did remolding to those toys, to the Constructicons, to make them better. Um, in Unite Warriors, like they actually did like a bunch of like retooling and stuff. I'm pretty sure they did that. But if I were to get it, I would probably try to hunt down the Unite Warriors one. Um, whether I don't know. I don't even know how much it would be. It'd probably be a lot, just because like it's a Japanese toy, the better version, not the Hasbro version. Um, but yeah, I would really like to. I think it'd be. Huh? Am I doing something wrong? Probably. Yes, I am. To I don't know. I'm just talking aloud and it's making zero sense. But yeah, I do like I do want to see them. Like I want to see like CAD drawings and images of them, of uh of the toys, because I think they will look good. I'm not one of those guys like I don't know. I'm not. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just sort of like talking. The Devastator, I am a bit more like excited for. I think he's just a bit cooler. Like I'm not taking away from Megatron. I just think he'll be a touch cooler. Um, and especially since there's been a bunch of like third party ones, like the third party Legends ones. I think that'll definitely like especially since Magic Square, when Menasor was coming out, they released their Menasor, and then the X Transbots, I don't know how old that toy is. It's kind of old. I don't really know how old it is, but it's definitely older. Their Menasor. But just a lot of the stuff, I I don't really know what to say or how to say it, but Hasbro definitely probably takes quite a bit of stuff or ideas from the third party. I think like a lot of those ideas, like the combining trailer. Obviously, I don't know. I don't work at Hasbro. I might be completely wrong. They might have some guy might have leaked the trailer idea to the third-party companies, and they might have just stolen the idea. I don't know, because obviously I don't work there. It'd be amazing to work there, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Obviously, I've never worked there, obviously. But, where are the... Oh, they're right there. But I do, like, just that tiny bit of, like, suspicion, like, what's going on? Oh, I should have been putting those together. Like, here, I'm going to take this back off so I can squeeze the socket. But yeah, I do want to see, like I said, I do want to see Devastator. I think that'll look awesome. I'll at least probably get maybe like Long Haul. I'll probably wait a little bit to do all of them, to get all of them. But, at least to get Long Haul. I like Long Haul. He's cool. I am a fan of Long Haul. Just that archetype, or I like all of them, but I just love the big dump truck. Just really like that. But I don't know. I'll wait till it comes out. Maybe I'll be thinking about buying other stuff. Maybe not that. But I just don't know. Do not know what I want to do yet because it's only been announced. And there wasn't even a CAD model or anything like that. It was just a picture of Devastator, I think. Or maybe they did, but the pictures that I saw, I've been like way outside of the Transformers news. I've just been existing in the world, doing really nothing. And I think I might be missing one of these. Is there one I can take from somewhere? I'll just leave it off right now. Maybe he didn't even have one. I bet that's probably it. Or I just lost it. I bet I lost it. But, yeah, Megatron. I don't know what to say. Just everything about Megatron being a gun and people wanting him to be a gun. Well, he can't be a gun. I do want to see him be a gun. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool. But speaking of that, and, this is where HasLab could come in. I think since HasLab is definitely for collectors, like, I guarantee no matter who looks at it, people, the US government, any government around the world looks at it, they'll probably understand that the HasLab is for collectors. It's not for kids. I guess there could be a kid shopping on HasLab, but buying toys from HasLab, but I highly doubt it. But I definitely think that could be a perfect opportunity to sell a gun Megatron is on HasLab. A toy that you really couldn't get away with making like that. You really couldn't get away with making it in the pre-existing realm. In my HasLab video, I did say that I did say I think that the toys that have been released so far could have existed outside of HasLab. They could have been mainline. They could have been all these things. But Megatron that transforms into a gun could be the perfect opportunity for HasLab. I think I was supposed to put... I think this is missing a couple of pieces. Or I misplaced them, which I doubt that, because I probably did misplace them. But I think that could be a very good way to not prove, but sort of show HasLab's sort of worth, I guess, a bit more independently, because like Magmatron, who knows Magmatron? I bet more people know about Starsaber and Deathsaurus and most certainly Unicron more than Magmatron. But why does Magmatron get a mainline release toy, but Deathsaurus and Victory Saber or Star Saber and Victory Leo don't get their own toys? Don't want to dig up this debate again, but I think they could have. If Magmatron could, those toys could, in my personal opinion. in my personal opinion. Um, so that I think that'd be an amazing idea. I would definitely be on board with HasLab doing that, with making a gun Megatron, because it would be feasible. Obviously, it wouldn't be too expensive. Like, just make it maybe like $100, maybe 150. Add in the mace, a sword, and some other things to justify a higher cost. But I think they could do that. I think that would be the perfect opportunity to make a gun Megatron, is to use HasLab to do it. To make the gun Megatron. I think that'd be a perfect opportunity to do that and be able to get away with it. Because, and if it's really that big of a problem, you could still do the whole orange tip thing, um, for like, do the whole orange tip thing. But I think that could be a good idea to be able to get a gun Megatron, is to go about it that way, is to use HasLab to do it. I think that could happen. Or I think it would be feasible. I don't know if it will happen, but I think it'd be a pretty good idea. Like, if people really, really, really want a gun Megatron, the only reason why I kind of want a gun Megatron is just because the siege mold has been used so much. I just want a different toy. I want a different mold. I want it to be more interesting than the siege mold. That's the only reason why I would want to do that. That's the only reason why I would even think about doing it. Making a gun Megatron is purely just because Tank Megatron is kind of boring, especially since there's been a couple, the Siege mold, the Combiner Wars mold, the movie molds, like, yes, they're all different molds, but they're still the same guy, still the same vehicle. And I like tanks. I like tanks just as much as the next guy. I love tanks. This is one of the broken ones. You can see it's broken right there. So we're going to be careful with this one. But it's just a little boring to me. Just a little boring, the tanks. Um, and that's where either another alt mode could come in, or um, or him being a gun. And that, once again, like I said, could be a perfect opportunity for HasLab to come in and offer that as a toy. Just make a gun Megatron, like, just downscale the World Masterpiece, add a couple of features in, and bam, you already got it. You have a gun Megatron. And I think that'd be an amazing way to go about that. To go about doing it, to be able to pull it off. I think I'm just gonna use one of these little offset pieces because I don't think I have another one. But yeah, that's enough about Studio Series 86 Megatron. But that's my opinion on. That's my opinion. I think that's just what I think. Might be completely wrong. Like, it's probably like a billion things. I probably have weirder ideas, or like, I don't know. I might be wrong about it. They might have like they might be already doing what I'm talking about, or maybe they have already thought that out and it won't even work. But on paper, at least in my head, it sounds like a pretty good idea to use HasLab to make a gun Megatron. At least in my head. Might still be completely wrong and not work, but at least it's an idea. Better than just another tank. Sort of. Then this will go on like so. Like that. Just push these through these axles. Like that. So yeah, Staying on Transformer news, yeah, I'm definitely missing those. I don't have any. Staying on Transformer news, Transformers 1. I think when I did this for the Gundam Sandrock, uh that Gundam Sandrock that I was building, I said I maybe not said directly, but I didn't know what to think about it. And now, after seeing the more like extended trailer, don't think I cracked it. No. After seeing the extended trailer, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely more. I'm really excited for it. And I went into Walmart the other day, or yesterday, and I saw that there was already um, Transformers One merchandise on the shelf. So I definitely think it's. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm still not a fan of the idea, the uh, not art style, but the designs. The designs are good, but I think I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to talk too fast and not think about what I want to say. The art, the design, I would aren't my favorite. They're still good, but they're not my favorite. But definitely the idea of like the Quintessons being there and then showing off also Prime and Megatron's backstory and everything with that I'm excited for. I'm excited for the plot. I think that will be awesome. I think the plot will be very awesome. Um just from the little bits that the bits that they have shown in the trailers and then some of the more extended clips I have seen, um I'm excited for it. I wish I don't know what it took to be able to go and see the like pre-screening or whatever or the early screening here recently. I'm not jealous of the people that got to go see it, but I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been able to go and see it, but it's okay. Um, I'll just wait till September like the rest of the world. But yeah, um, definitely looking forward to that. I don't know if I'll buy any of the toys. Just I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy any of the toys. A toy I am looking at getting is the G1 Legacy toy, the deluxe G1 Prime. I'm definitely looking forward to buying that. I haven't pre-ordered it, but I'm probably gonna wait till it gets close. I think at least on BBTS, it said the pre-orders are uh or the pre-orders it would be shipped by January. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, maybe around November, to maybe buy one if I don't lose it. Um, like the pre-order just instantly sell out. Um, but I'm definitely thinking about buying that sometime. And another thing I've thought about getting is the new T Spark X Kaiser. I don't know how in the world Takara was able to get their hands or be able to get their hands on basically X Kaiser so they could make a new toy of him, but I'm excited for it. It's $220 I think on BBTS, like 250, 200 something. I haven't looked in a little while. Um didn't break it. But if I'll think about it. I'll think about getting it. I would really like to have it, but if I can't get it, I can't get it. But I would really like to be able to have it. But those are two of the more new things that I've been looking at and thinking about getting is the new Prime, the new G1 style Prime, like the worser missing link version, um, and the T Spark, X Kaiser. I've been thinking about both of those. But I've already made another big purchase. I just bought a Jay Decker the other day, and he will most certainly be getting a video sometime. I don't know when, but sometime. And he has not been shipped yet, but I have got it. I don't know where this small little gear goes. Don't know. I'm just gonna quickly skim through these pages to see if I missed it. But those are more the newer things that I have been thinking. Oh, it goes down here. That I have been thinking about and looking at, mainly the Optimus, the new Optimus, because I love the missing link. It looked super cool, but I just didn't get it. I think that's where it's supposed to go. No, it's not where it's supposed to go. So I might get that. I might get it later on. Hopefully, I would love to see more of the rescue bots. The rescue bots come out for Legacy. I would love to see that because I love the rescue bots. I love Chase, the Chase that they just made. Love that. And I'd really like to see more of them come out, just to see them, and I will certainly get them because I love them. But I'll just put it over here, or on this side. There's more of the axle sticking out. I'll just put this gear right here. Bam. So yeah, that's some of the stuff that I'm excited for. I'm a whole lot more excited for Transformers 1. I'm excited to see what they have for the 86 Megatron and the Devastator and all the other Legacy stuff and the T-Spark. The T-Spark X-Kaiser, and I've seen some of the stuff. I've seen some prototypes of some. Oh, this is for Makuta Duma, I think that's what it's called, I think. Obviously, there's Turaga Duma, or Doom, or whatever, and the Nevak, or whatever, this Hawk, and then obviously Nadiki. I do have Nadiki. I think I'll do that sometime. Live stream me building him too, and these are just steps to build him. But this is gigantic. I've seen pictures of it compared with things, and it is huge. The Makuta Duma, it is gigantic. And these are all the Vaki. I do have a couple Vaki. I have the green one and the blue one. I have all the Toa Metru, and I don't have any to compare next to our guy Krekau here. And obviously, that's how he looks in the film. Looks quite a bit different than he does here. But yeah, those are but some Brave thing. I've seen some prototypes of some Brave toys by the Good Smile Company. I probably won't buy them because the ones that are up for pre-order right now, their 7 changer is quite a bit of money, like $200 some, and just I'll think about it. I'll see what the future brings. But here is Krekau. Here he is. Nadiki and Krekau, they have a plethora of their weird toys, their weird sets. It was fun building this guy. I have not built Nadiki. I bought Nadiki built, so it will definitely be just as much of an experience to build him as I did Krekau here. But I love his look. He looks so dumb and doofy. Looks super dumb, but he is definitely a gimmick monster, like how he can turn his head, and that rubber band in there makes it spring back and forth. And then you have just his regular head on a ball joint, and then his eye, and I think this can glow in the dark, and so can the disc. Obviously, he has some pretty limited arms, some arms that basically don't exist. His legs are pretty expressive and pretty good. Obviously, they've loosened up quite a bit in the nearly 20 years this guy's been alive. Maybe it'll say on here what year. Probably not, but I think this is 2004. I'm pretty sure. I want to say it's 2004. Krekok came out. But here's this arm and his Vaki head. Just he looks really cool. And then obviously you saw me messing with it. His disc launcher, that's super satisfying. And because it's all bent up, it probably won't work too well. Yeah. Oh, it works better than I thought. But yeah, here is Krekot, and he looks super cool, really cool, awesome character. Can't It's been a long time since I've read the books, so can't quite remember what he did, but all I know is that he's cool. He's a cool guy, cool toy, cool everything. So this was fun just to sit down, build this guy. Wish I had a Gundam, but this guy definitely sufficed, especially since I haven't messed with him. I really didn't mess with him. Like I said, I didn't really mess with him too much when I got him, but did right now, and he's a pleasant surprise. He's definitely a fun toy to get. Highly recommend him. If I would recommend him if you have Nadiki. If you don't have Nadiki or any of the other like mocked Dark Hunters, maybe skip him. But if you definitely have Nadiki or if you have Kreka, I would highly recommend getting Nadiki. They look amazing together. That's how I have these two displayed. But yeah, that's how I would display these guys. And yeah, if you have both of them, I highly recommend them. And if you're just a guy that just wants him, go ahead and get him. But if you don't have either, you could maybe skip him, but he still looks cool. But if you don't have either of them, I would just recommend getting both of them, especially if you can find them for together and just to buy both of them. But yeah, I like him. He looks cool. He definitely just a guy that definitely came out of the Bionicle universe, this techno mechanical monster, and that's really what he is a monster. But yeah, can't really remember what he did in the books. It's been a long time since I've read the books. But yeah, name is definitely confusing with, like I said, with Kreka, the shapeshifter, and the Makuta Krika just makes his name even weirder. That's just more difficult to pronounce and to remember. But yeah, he's the only one that's been in a movie. That's how you can remember. So yeah, that's really all to say. So until next time, see ya.